Hi everyone and welcome to week 9. This week we're going to be looking at the lesson plan templates and the book tasting assignment. So one thing to note with the lesson plans, a good idea before you start the lesson plans is to go into section 5 of the BRI book. That's the book where you got all of the worksheets to do the actual assessment. In section 5, you're going to find a lot of targeted interventions, and it's written pretty easy to use. So when you look at the first page of section 5, you'll see the different scenarios. For example, the student over-relies on context while reading, or the student produces a non-word or omits unknown words. So if you look at that section, that will help give you some ideas moving into your lesson planning if you haven't already done so. So make sure you check out section 5. Some of the other things that I posted in this module are the lesson plan template and the scoring guide so that you know how your lesson plans will be scored. So let's look at the sample first. And so it looks like a regular FAU lesson plan that you're probably used to. You want to make sure to include your title, any type of reading materials you used for your lesson plan, and of course the grade that you're focusing in. And your subject matter is going to be whatever the student's need is. So the purpose is to help them with whatever weaknesses that they're struggling with. Your instructional objectives and outcomes are going to be the same as any lesson plans. You'll have your standards listed, and I think last week we talked about, or the last time we met, we talked about one standard was okay because they're so specific. And then, of course, your objective and the connection from those two to your child's needs and weaknesses. And then you have your regular instructional procedures you'll put in there in narrative type format. And you want to make sure that you have the initiating activity, the modeling, the guided, and the independent practice. So that's the I do, we do, you do component. And then you have some kind of conclusion or wrap at the end. And last time we met, we talked about some kind of a product or maybe like an exit ticket type activity to know that your lesson worked or to know that the child understood or comprehended what you were trying to get them to do, your objective in the lesson. Of course, your listening materials, however you're going to assess them, that could be an exit ticket or something that you were using for them to work on during the lesson plan. You want to be careful not to just give a worksheet because remember, this is an activity, something to help them to better understand their area of weakness. Reflection sheets or recording sheets on games you're playing or things like that work for this also. And then the other part that when you're just writing a regular lesson plan you don't normally do is the reflection, but because you're actually going to do these lesson plans with your child, you're going to write the reflection. So at the end, you'll just put a couple sentences about how the experience went, how the child reacted to your lesson, any kind of information you want to provide there, insights as far as reflecting on the lesson plan you chose to do. Remember, you have 2 lesson plans you're writing, and you're going to go through those 2 lesson plans with your child. The scoring guide outlines the points that you'll get for the different parts of the lesson plan, so you can go through that when you have some time. And then this additional assignment here, the book tasting, goes along with the overall rubric for the critical assignment, which is the case study. So here, I'll open that up so you can see that. Maybe. Let's see. Okay, so the rubric is right here for you to look at. It's large, but remember this is the critical assignment rubric, so it's your entire case study, parts 1, 2, and 3. So if you look through here, it really incorporates everything that you've been working on this entire quarter. That's why it's so long. It breaks down all the components of the BRI, like the listening, the word list, the oral comprehension, and then here's where you'll see books for the student, which is part 3. And this is what the book tasting incorporates. So you're going to be basically providing a list of books for the child so that they can go to the library, or their parents also have a resource to pick out books that are appropriate for them at their level, and something that they would be interested in as well. So if you want to look at that some more, if you want to look at that, you can look through the rubric here to see how every single component is broken down. And there are some things on the side that'll tell you it's optional, like we talked about the audio tape. I'm not collecting that from you, but it was an optional component. So you can note those on the side of the rubric. Okay, so let's talk about the book tasting. So in the module, I gave you a couple options for book tasting ideas, and you can use anything else that you can find as well. We'll look at the book tasting, the book 20 session. That'll give you the outline of the assignment right here. So basically, we're going to be making a book list for your child based on their strengths and also their weaknesses. You're choosing 10 books that are their interests, their reading level, age appropriate for them so that they could read them on their own. You need to look for a minimum of 3 different genres. So we're not going to just give them 10 fantasy books. We're going to give them maybe 3 poetry, maybe 3 nonfiction, or 3 graphic novels. So making sure that we're branching out the genres you're using for the book list. And then here are a couple options for genres. You can branch out from there also as well. And notice that if you do pick a series, like let's say Amelia Bedelia, it can only be 1 book from that series. So you could list the book and then say read additional books in the series, but it would only count as 1 book. This book list is going to be the title, the author, and the genre, and a few sentences that are kid-friendly about what the book is. So you could kind of scan through your books or condense the summaries of the books you might find online. And you want to make sure that when you come in, you have some of your books with you for your presentation, which will be the very last night of class. So you want to have the books with you. And then when you do the book tasting with the child, you're going to bring all those books with you and kind of lay them out in front of your child you're working with. And a book tasting is just kind of letting them have a chance to scan through books and give you some feedback on what books they really might like. So you're going to be, at the end, leaving that book list, a copy of it, with your child's parents so that they have some resources to go to. Notice how it says the student completes the book response form. And this is where I gave you some options that are just options. You don't have to use them. You can find your own or create your own if you want to. This one right here, actually. So, let's see. The book tasting form for first grade obviously is very primary, so we wouldn't want to use this for someone in 3rd, 4th, 5th, and above. And you can help them fill that out together if you want to. But you're basically, they're going to go through the books and do a couple of them. So let's say they fill out 2 of these out of all of your books. They don't have to do 10 books. Just something for them to go through and show that they tasted a little bit of the books. I think I have another one on here. Let me check. If all else fails and you're missing, if you can't find files or it's missing somewhere, you can always click that file button to the left and it'll take you to all the files for the entire course. And this one I think was more intermediate. So this would be for your 3rd grade and above. So if you gave them one of these sheets, they could do 3 of them. If you gave the primary kids a front and back, they could do 2 of them when they're looking through their books. And so that's the book tasting. My suggestion is when you go to do your lesson plans, that at the very end, you do your book tasting. And then that would be your last meeting with your student. So for next week, when we meet face-to-face, I know some of you might have seen the conference sign up here, we're going to do about a 45-minute face-to-face class, go over some more strategies you can do, and then we're going to do individual conferences to go over your case study, where you are so far, any personal questions you have about it that we can sort out. And so when you come next week, you want to have all of your documentation with you, all of your testing forms. So when we sit down together one-to-one, we can talk about the results or help figure out levels or things like that. So the conference sign-up sheet looks like this. There are 10-minute conferences. So we'll have class until 5:30, and then we'll break there, and then you just want to go ahead and put your name next to a slot, right? And we'll just move on through. If a conference ends early and the next person's outside, we can move on into the next person. So that will be our next week's meeting. So we'll have a class from about 4:45 to 5:30, and then we'll do the individual conferences. Because our final classes are coming up. So next week we'll meet face-to-face to do the partial class and conferences. Then the week after that, all of your paperwork is due to leave with me. And then we'll do some reflections on teaching reading. And our final class on August 2nd will be the presentation of your entire case study. So you can kind of pick up where you left off with your midterm presentation and kind of finish us off with how it looks overall. And so we can talk more about that next week. And that is this week's module. Nothing to turn in this week. I'm just here to answer questions if you have them. And I will see everyone on July 19th. Make sure you submitted your mini lesson, your mini assessments. If you haven't already done so, I'm sorry there was a delay there. I was not expecting to be without internet, and I had quite a few days with no connections to anyone. So I will see you guys next week.